Long time ago, there lived a lady named Imole. She was beautiful and a successful woman. In Imole's office, the sun was low in the sky with a golden glow. She leaned back in her leather chair, rubbing her temples. Her schedule has been packed. Meetings, client calls, contract signing, and now she was ready to head home to meet her husband of 2 years. Hmm, Imole said. He'll probably be in the kitchen, trying a new pasta recipe and singing his favorite song. Imole smiled at the thought as her hand landed on her coat. Her life, she believed, was balanced. A successful business, a loving marriage, and a beautiful home. Imole didn't know that in less than an hour, everything would begin to change. The city streets were wet from an afternoon shower. Traffic lights reflected on the polished concrete like shattered jewelry. Imole kept a careful speed, her wiper moving in a steady direction. She was halfway through the intersection when it happened. A delivery van came speeding from the side street. She slammed her brakes, but it was too late. The impact threw her sideways, glass bursting into the air. A deafening noise filling her ears. Her vision became darker. The smell of smoke and melter filled her nose. Voice shouted in distance and in urgence. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" A paramedic asked, his gloved hand on her shoulder. She tried to answer, but her mouth felt heavy. Immediately she was rushed to the hospital. Bright light shined overhead as she was wheeled into the ER. Doctor and nurses surrounded her. Their movement was well organized. The ward became a sound of monitors receiving medical orders. Hours later, a doctor leaned over her bed. "You are stable, Mrs. Imole," he said gently. "You need rest. We will schedule follow-up check-up in the next few weeks." She nodded faintly, too tired to speak. The next morning, Auntie Tutu appeared at her bedside in her nursing uniform. Her familiar face was a comfort. "Oh, my dear," Tutu said, brushing Imole's hair back. "I heard what happened. You poor thing. Your mother left me with you. But what will I tell her? What will I say if anything happened to you?" "I am okay," Imole replied, too weak. Tutu pushed her lips and said, "I heard what the doctor said. You don't need to stress of going back and forth to the hospital for checkups. I know a nurse, a good one, who can stay at your home and care for you until you are fully healed." Imole hesitated only a moment. Tutu had always been family, dependable and strong connection. "All right," she replied. That day, Imole was discharged from the hospital. The next day, Tutu arrived at Imole's home with a young woman in blue uniform. "This is Clara," Tutu said. "She take excellent care of you. I've told her because she's well paid for this job." Clara smiled politely. "It is an honor to help Mrs. Imole," she said. In the first week, Clara was everything they could have hoped for. Timely with medication, gently whenever she's taking care of Imole's wound, respectful towards her husband, even helping Lucy, the maid, with household chores. Imole felt lucky to have her. All of a sudden, everything changed. One afternoon, Lucy brought Imole a tray of chicken soup and bread. Clara came out from her own room to the dining table and saw Imole eating chicken soup. She frowned immediately. "She doesn't need that," she said firmly. "Protein like that will slow her recovery." Then she faced the maid. From now on, give her olive fruit. Lucy hesitated. But Madam has to eat. No buts. Clara snapped. Replace the meal with carrots and orange juice right now. At first, Imole didn't argue. Clara was a nurse after all. Maybe she knew the best. But the diet continued. Clara ordered Lucy to serve her one slice of bread for breakfast and for lunch, just carrots and juice. Dinner vanished together. A week later, Imole decided to dress up for her husband. She chose a soft blue dress he always loved, but when Clara saw her, she shook her head. "That is too tight, not good for your health. Wear this instead," she snapped. She handed Imole a faded shapeless gown. Imole sighed but obeyed. Whenever her husband experienced this, he think Clara was acting on doctor orders, and he said nothing. Then one evening, Clara approached Imole's husband privately. "It is better if you sleep in the guest room. She needs complete rest without disturbance." Imole's husband agreed reluctantly, believing it was best, but Imole felt a growing ache in her heart. Then Imole confronted Clara. "Why will you ask my husband to sleep in a separate room? That is not proper, and is not disturbing me. We are fine." Then Clara held her. "See, let me tell you, madam, I am a professional and I'm good at my work. You can't tell me what to do. I am only trying to help and do what is best for your health." Then Imole replied, "I know you are a professional, but this is not proper. How will you ask my husband to sleep in a separate room? It's not right." Then Clara walked away angrily into her room. Whenever Clara dressed Imole's wound, she no longer walked with care. Her hands were rough, her expression cold. Imole would always scream and tell her it's painful. Clara would not look at her. "Pain means it is healing," she would say. However, Imole became weaker every day. Her energy drained not only by her injury, but by the constant tension in the air. One evening, Lucy was in the kitchen trying to prepare ugu soup for Imole when Clara stormed into the kitchen. "What are you preparing?" she asked. Then Lucy replied, "I am preparing ugu soup for my madam because I know she needs some blood." Then Clara asked angrily, "Who told you she needs blood? I am here. I am taking care of her. I am doing what is right for her health. And who told you to do that? Now listen to me. From now on, before you prepare anything for her, ask me first and stop taking orders from her about her food." Then Lucy dropped the knife and ugu in her hand. "And who are you to give me orders concerning what my boss will eat? I will not take any orders from you because you are not the one paying my salary." Clara, full of rage, she slapped her immediately. Then they started fighting inside the kitchen. Imole's husband heard their noise. He ran to the kitchen and found Lucy on top of Clara. "What happened? What is going on here?" Then Clara stood up. She started crying. "It is Lucy. She has been beating me here since." Imole's husband dragged Lucy from the kitchen. Then Clara secretly cut herself with a knife and accused her that it was Lucy who cut her hand with a knife. That evening, Lucy was chased out of the house. Then Clara had full control in the house. Clara would serve Imole one slice of bread in the morning, carrots and juice in the afternoon. Then in the evening, medication without food. One quiet afternoon, Imole reached for a small box of gold jewelries. It was gone. She searched drawers, shelves, even her closet, but she found nothing. Then she called Clara and asked her, "It is you and my husband that we are in this house. Please, did you see any box of jewelries?" Clara struggled. "You probably misplaced it," she replied. The dismissal tone was painful, but Imole was too drained to argue. What Imole didn't know was that years ago, her auntie had taken a homeless teenager girl, which was Clara. She gave her food, she gave her shelter, and helped her fund her nursing school. Tutu had helped Clara in so many ways, but Clara hadn't. The two women had been planning for months, waiting for the right moment to take Imole valuable documents and jewelry. The nurse agreement was the perfect cover. Late one night, Imole lay awake, the quiet of house pressing in from the wall. She heard Clara's voice, low but urgent. "Yes, I have them. The documents, the gold. I bring them tonight. Don't worry." She suspects nothing. The voice on the other end was unmistakable. Imole's blood ran cold. She waited until Clara went upstairs before calling softly. She went to the guest room and woke her husband up. Her husband listened in disbelief as Imole explained what she had. Then he replied, "You know what we are going to do? We will follow her tonight," he said quietly. At 9 p.m., Clara left the house with a small black bag. Imole and her husband followed her from behind, keeping their distance. Clara entered into a small cafe, looking around like a thief before taking a seat. Moments later, Tutu walked in, her coat collar pulled higher. They spoke in hurry whisper. Clara slid the bag across the table. Tutu peeped inside, nodded in satisfaction. Immediately, Imole's husband pulled out his phone and called the police. Minutes later, flashing lights washed over the cafe windows. Officers enter, approaching their table. "Clara, Tutu, you are under arrest for thief and conspiracy." The two women's faces froze in shock. Clara's eyes met Imole's across the room. For the first time, Imole saw no politeness, no care, only cold hatred. Tutu was about to be dragged away. Then she faced Imole. "Your mother left her wealth and everything for you. But you decided to be wicked. I told you I wanted to build my house. You should give me some money, but you refused to give me. You told me you don't have, that you have some contracts. You have money for contracts, but you don't have money to give me. That is why I decided to take everything away from you." Imole could not believe what she was hearing. Then she pulled her hand inside her handbag and brought out a white paper. "Auntie, this is the check I was planning to give you tomorrow morning if you visit me. And did you know how much is in here? 50 million. I was planning to give you this money to build your house as you requested." However, it was too late. She was arrested. Back home, Imole sat at the edge of her bed, her husband's arms around her. "I trusted her," she said. "I trusted both of them." Her husband kissed her forehead. "Don't worry, you are free now. You are safe. They can't haunt you anymore." Imole stared into the flames in her heart. The pain of betrayal was deep, but so was her resolve. She will heal, not just her body, but her spirit, and she will never again confuse control with care. So thank you, bestie. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly share your thoughts with me in the comment section. What lesson did you learn from this story? Share this story with your loved ones. And please subscribe to this channel if you've not done so by now, until I bring another story your way. Bye.